Live from an undisclosed location, Austin and Sam are about to have a normal conversation.
All right, let's do it, man.
So, Sam, what is scary to you?
You're listening to Normal Conversations with me, Sam Raines, and co-host Austin Brown. Music by Landon Shively. In this episode, Austin and I discuss how the horror genre has evolved past the ways we're used to experiencing it, and how its unexpected presence across multiple online platforms finds new ways to keep us sleeping with one eye open at night.
What is scary to you?
I did not have time to think about it before you asked me this moment.
Yeah, I asked you this earlier, but then we got distracted. Or I guess let me be more specific. I don't mean like speaking in front of a group of people or heights or something. I mean, what is scary to you entertainment-wise? Some people love like Jason movies.
Okay.
They get scared of those. Some that does nothing to them. So what scares you?
The first thing that comes to mind are scary movies that I have watched and gotten a lot of. The movie The Thing, have you seen that?
Oh yeah, with Kurt Russell.
That was a uniquely kind of creepy element to it because it just the added thing of you honestly, you can't look at someone who you recognize completely and know whether or not they are your ally or something trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And that was fascinating. It makes me think of the game Secret Hitler. Sure. Which is probably my favorite board game of all time.
So rather, would you say that what scares you is the fear of not knowing, of the unknown? You don't know if this person is secretly a shape-shifting alien, like in The Thing.
Yes.
Or if someone's a secret fascist, like in Secret Hitler.
And you know but that's just one example. Like there's so many great movies and concepts and stories out there.
So, okay, good. I wanted to know what scares you.
What scares you?
I like interactivity. Actually, video games scare me way more than a movie. There have been games where I'm absolutely terrified to play. And just about no movie can make me feel that way. And I think for me, it is the interactivity with what's happening on the screen. It's my decisions that are leading me, well, most cases with horror games, it's your decisions leading you to whatever it is that's scary. So, what I found is a new obsession of mine called ARGs. Have you ever heard of ARGs?
I think that you mentioned the term out loud, but I don't think I know what that is.
Okay, so ARG stands for Alternate Reality Game. And because the internet can be pretty awesome sometimes, it has spawned some very unique forms of horror that's very interactive, which is what scares me. And it isn't just you manipulating something on a computer screen. Sometimes there can be a lot of elements to it. So the best way to explain what an ARG is to just give an example. A couple years ago, there was an ARG called Cicada 3301. And it was these social media accounts that would post puzzles, basically, like number puzzles, number problems. And these problems would lead to either URLs on the internet or actual coordinates. These numbers would lead to coordinates. And the people who were running these social media accounts were saying they were looking for very intelligent people who were capable of figuring these problems out. Some of the problems led to like payphones that would ring at a certain time to give you the next clue. It was basically like a scavenger hunt where the clues were either posted on social media and you had to decipher them, or you would decipher these clues on the internet and then have to go do something in real life to get to the next step. And no one was quite sure what they meant by looking for highly intelligent individuals. And people who claim to have finished it don't really have anything to say about what happened. Most of them are just like, they told me they'd be in contact and then they never got back with me again. So that is an example of an ARG. some folks posting on the internet these cryptic puzzles, and I didn't know about it when it was happening, and there's no way I would have been able to figure any of that out had I gotten involved. Because it was all like cryptography. That's it, yeah. Where you have to turn numbers into letters, and you're just figuring out that was basically all it was. And I'm not good at that. So, but I didn't learn about the Cicada 3301 thing until well after it was already over and done with. However, I am right in the middle of Ash vlogs.
Real quick spoiler warning here. If you have any interest in checking out Ash vlogs on your own, you may want to stop this conversation right now, check out the link in the podcast description, and begin looking into it yourself. If you're okay with us discussing some major details, please continue listening.
And Ash vlogs is what I want to talk to you about. Ash vlogs has become my new obsession, possibly borderlining on unhealthy. So to lay it out in the open before I go any further, all of this that I'm about to explain is a game. This is a fictional thing happening, and actors are the ones in the YouTube videos. These are not real people that I'm talking about. These are people who are part of the game and participating with it online. So the Ash Vlogs investigation, I'll call it, started about a year ago on Reddit. There was a user called I Know Where She Is. That was his username on Reddit. And he would post randomly on different subreddits, but all of the things he would say would be pretty cryptic or coded, as if he had murdered someone. And and so all of his posts would kind of have this weird, like, you sound like you're like hiding a body somewhere, with how he would word stuff. And on a popular Australian live stream, he commented during the live stream with a set of numbers, and people noticed it, and they figured out that those numbers translated to letters, and those letters spelt out "she's in the floor."
Oh,
which is very weird. So he continued to post randomly, the user I Know Where She Is, and one of his posts led to a YouTube channel called Ash Vlogs. And when you go to Ash Vlogs, it looks pretty normal. Ash is this 19, 20-year-old girl whose name is Ashley, and she lives in Australia, and she's starting a vlog. And her first video is pretty, to be honest, her videos are pretty innocuous and kind of boring. It's just, hey guys, my name is Ash. I'm starting a vlog. I've always wanted to do something like this, so, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me, I figured we can go on this adventure together. This could be like A Star is Born moment or something. So, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that like button. Those are like her videos. She has several of them. In fact, I'm gonna pull up her channel on my phone just so I can kind of guide myself through her channel and I can properly explain it.
We took a brief pause here for Austin to pull up the YouTube channel.
Yes. Okay, I can hear myself now.
Okay, cool. We're good.
We're back. All right. So, the first Ash Vlogs video is just about her starting a vlog. She kind of introduces herself to you. But then there's this loud cry in the background that she pretty much ignores. And she just kind of rolls her eyes and keeps going. So, her next video is called The Lamest Adventure Ever, and she explains that her only comment on her first video was someone saying, "What was that noise in the background?" And she explains that she has a neighbor, she lives in an apartment, and her neighbor, Katie, has a baby, and the walls are paper thin, so you will probably often hear things that Katie is doing. And then she goes up to the wall and knocks on the wall and talks to Katie for a moment, and Katie through the wall.
Oh wow!
That's not too weird. You can do that with thin walls in an apartment building.
I have a feeling that I know where this is going.
Well, Katie seems a little distant. She doesn't necessarily, I think, like the idea that she's being recorded, because Ash is like, "I'm actually making a vlog right now." So, and Katie's just like, "Oh, okay." She's behind the wall and apprehensive. She even asks who this is at first, and she's like, "What, are you talking to somebody else through the wall?" "Of course it'll be me, Ashley." And she talks about her day. after that, Ash does, to the camera. She went for a walk. She went to a park. She went to go eat with her brother, and that's kind of the end of the video. Nothing creepy about that either.
Right.
All of these videos at first get pretty innocuous until you start getting deeper into the channel, and then it becomes terrifying. She has a handful of just very normal videos. None of them are particularly long, maybe about 1 to 2 minutes each. She has one video called Strange Car Guy Outside. Is this content? And she makes a vlog, and she's like, hi, so it's like 2 a.m. There has been this guy sitting outside my apartment with his lights on for hours. And she kind of holds the camera up, and sure enough, it's just this car, his lights on, engine's running, and she does like a little time lapse. Homeboy sat there until 5 o'clock in the morning with his car running and the lights on before finally driving off. And she was just like, what's he doing that for? That's super weird. Because it was right in front of her apartment, and his lights were like shining through her blinds, and it was annoying her. So she does a couple unboxing videos where she unboxes a new microphone. She does another one where she talks about her day. She had to go visit her brother in the hospital.
So this is like a long series where some of these videos, you don't see anything that makes you suspect that there's anything going on. Is that fair?
Sure, yeah. I'm getting to that, though.
Okay.
So, and remember, this channel was found because of a user on Reddit called I Know Where She Is. This channel had only 30 subscribers on it when he first posted it. And it also didn't have all of these videos. These videos were uploaded with the same regularity as like someone making a vlog. So it'd be, there'd be about a month in between these very short videos.
Wow.
In one of her videos, she goes to visit her brother in the hospital. She doesn't say what he was there for, but she's like, I gotta go visit in the hospital. And she does a quick vlog, like in the waiting room, like in the cafeteria, I guess, waiting room, something like that. Then she has a video where she gets an Uber, and she doesn't like the Uber driver. And then she has another video where she gets a package, but the postage on it didn't go through the mail. There's no postage on it. This package was set in front of her door. And it has this weird symbol on it. It's a little stick figure, but instead of a circle for a head, it's a V. And she's like, that's kind of a weird symbol, and it's drawn all over the box, but okay. She opens it up on camera, and it's a hard drive in the box. And she doesn't know who it's from. And all of this is in vlog format, by the way. So we'll put a pin in that episode, because she said her next episode is she is going to hook it up to an old laptop and see what's on it. Sorry. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to see what's on this weird hard drive in the next episode. She does that. So now let's back it up and go back to the first video and go through with them. And this is what kind of makes it terrifying. Every video on Ash Vlogs, just about every video, has in the description the link to an unlisted video. And for those of you who do not know, an unlisted YouTube video will not appear in the search. You can only see these videos if you have the URL for them. In her first episode, the description video, it takes you to an unlisted video on that channel, but you don't actually see who's holding the camera. There's someone holding a camera in a dark room that looks like an abandoned house, and he or she is holding the camera facing a laptop at the YouTube upload screen, and then it cuts off, and that's all you see. The second video has a description video in it to an unlisted video, and how in the second video she explained how she went for a walk, how she went and ate with her brother, she went to a museum. The second description video is footage of her doing that from someone recording her from far away, hiding in the bushes. hiding around a corner, but recording her. You can see Ash in the background of this video, like holding her camera, doing all of her vlogging stuff. But this is someone watching her and filming her doing this. Then you kind of start to realize, I don't think Ash is running this channel. I think it's this guy from Reddit who is running this channel, and he somehow has access to this girl's like laptop or whatever it is she's recording on, because somebody's putting these link description to unlisted videos on her channel, and it's not her doing it. All of these videos, almost all of them, have description videos that basically lead to like the stalker footage. In her unpackaging video, the one with the stick figure with the V for a head, the link description shows a very gritty footage of two gloved hands wrapping that hard drive up in bubble wrap and putting it in a box and drawing that symbol on it. And it looks like to be in the same abandoned building as the first video. So we finally get to where the YouTube channel goes to crazy town. And that is when she hooks this hard drive up to her computer. The only thing that's on the hard drive is an executable file with the same logo that was on the box, the little stick figure with a V head. And it starts these pop-up messages that say like, "We've been watching you. You're going to fetch a very good price. You have no idea how popular you are." And then it starts popping up all of these pictures of beaten women, like strangled and black eyes and like choking marks on their necks and stuff. And then showing a man doing sign language. Don't know what it says. I've looked it up, what the other investigators have figured out, and it says like "you're next" or something like that. And then it shuts off. The computer does. The light from headlights turn on outside her apartment, and her phone starts going off. And it's nothing but static on the phone. And this is all like vlog form. And then someone starts banging on the front door. And she kind of puts the camera between the blinds, and you can see it's a couple dudes wearing ski masks. And then it cuts off. The rest of the videos that are uploaded onto Ash Vlogs are uploaded by whoever abducted her. And it is a series of clues. And this is where the ARG comes in. This is basically like a murder mystery that people are trying to figure out, because there are clues all throughout various forms of social media that this person is using, because some of the description videos actually don't lead to other YouTube videos. Some of them lead to Instagram accounts or Twitter links and stuff, and all of them have clues as to where Ash is and what has happened to her. And there's another description video that actually leads to another YouTube channel called This Is Kate, as in her neighbor Kate. Her neighbor also has a YouTube channel, but her YouTube channel is full of more footage from the perspective of a potential stalker, and it also shows a lot of what happened in relation to the Ash videos. So I mentioned she went to go visit her brother in the hospital. On the This Is Kate channel, it has an unlisted video where the person holding the camera goes up to her brother on the train and stabs him. There is another video called Rip 1 Star, where this person is filming themselves following an Uber driver, and I'm assuming murdering that Uber driver, because Ash had a video where she had an Uber driver and gave him 1 star. So yeah, it's a little it gets a little crazy, and it's super like convoluted and complicated. It's some of the videos led to a Snapchat account called Happy Drip, And this Snapchat account was definitely run by, and I say this in quotation marks, the kidnapper or killer or whatever. Mm-hmm. But if you joined the group that would receive his Snapchats, he would kick you out unless you did something for him. And he began requiring people who were following him on Snapchat to do things in order to keep getting clues. And they would get more and more strange. For instance, his first request for people who are following him on Snapchat, and you don't actually see him, you just hear words said through like a very sinister sounding computer. And he said if you wanted to keep getting clues on Snapchat as to where she is, you have to record yourself saying, "I am the drip, I belong to him." And you have to hold a sheet of paper with that little stick figure with the V head drawn on it. And if you didn't do that, you got kicked from the group and you were no longer going to receive any clues as to where Ash is. People did it.
Wow.
He sent another one where he snapped a picture of a sleeping child. It was about 3 years old. And you were to save this picture and film yourself waving at it and saying, "Hello, Zachary." And people did that. Another one that he asked people to do is to stand on a high up area, whether it be like a stairwell or the roof of a building, stand on the edge and say, "I am ready to jump, but only when he tells me to." And if you didn't do these things, you got kicked and you were not going to get any more clues. And people were doing this. As of right now, the Snapchat account no longer posts any clues. He's actually moved on to Instagram. Now that's where most of the uploads come from. The YouTube channel is still active and he still uploads things onto the YouTube channel. But Instagram is where he does most of his communication. And as of right now, there's like this little community on the internet of these amateur investigators. And we all understand that this is a game. This is an ARG. All of the people who were in the videos are actors. They've actually found the girl that plays Ash. She's an actor in Australia. She's been in a couple horror movies in Australia. So this is kind of like her thing. This is like a new way to tell a horror story.
That is what is so fascinating about it, is that one could easily mistake this for
something real. Yes.
And that's what makes it so scary.
Yes.
And it's almost like the genre is popping out of its medium, out of the traditional way that these scary things are told. It's like, no,
yeah,
we're gonna do it everywhere. Like
we're gonna scare you outside of a movie theater.
Yeah, mixed media even.
Yeah, mixed media.
Social
absolutely.
media.
We're gonna scare you
kinds.
while you're holding your phone on Snapchat, because Happy Drip is gonna tell you to do something messed up, and if you don't do it, then you're out of it. You no longer get to participate.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
it's really scary.
Yes, and it's the interactivity. Like finding these description videos that lead to more unlisted videos that lead to more, just like I've only scratched the surface with the type of videos that this guy has uploaded, and it's become my new obsession. There's a Discord server for Ash Vlogs and a subreddit for it.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like all these amateur investigators all like putting our heads together trying to figure out where the investigation is at right now. There's a free text website, but you need a password to see what it says. So now everyone is combing through every video.
That's so cool.
Every post, trying to find what would be the password to see whatever is on this website. And then there's another link that leads to some website on the dark web, but I'm very scared of the dark web, so I'll never dive that deep into it.
As you were saying that, at some point it triggered Black Mirror.
Yeah, sure. The thing is, though, with Black Mirror, despite what it's about, it's still just going to be you sitting on the couch watching TV.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That particular, I guess how you would refer to it is Ash Vlogs.
Ash Vlogs, yeah.
It's really something quite unique.
yeah, and I can only this one is brilliantly done, because there have been attempts at ARGs. Anyone can make an account and start, posting cryptic stuff. And a lot of people have, and they've just never caught on, or they were too easily figured out.
The part about it that did remind me of Black Mirror
Oh, yeah.
was the way that technology is interspersed and is a crucial part of telling this horrifying tale.
Yeah.
What Black Mirror have you seen? Have you seen an episode of Black Mirror?
I saw one when it first came out, and I don't even remember what it was.
So there's the
Maybe
Prime
it was the
Minister and the
score.
pig.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that one, but
Okay.
I've heard about that one. The Prime Minister and the Pig. Isn't there one like about a social score?
So that was the one that I saw most recently. So I've actually seen 7 episodes. I saw the first 2 seasons, and then I believe that is the first episode of season 3.
And I want to watch Bandersnatch, too.
And that is what I was thinking of, is when you specifically said that.
Because that's interactive.
Yeah, an interactive create your own. And I have not seen it yet. And I really would like to, because I've really enjoyed Black Mirror a whole lot. It has been definitely one of the most creepy shows that I have ever seen. And that social score episode is an example of a really great one. The Prime Minister and the Pig, even if you already know how it ends, which most people have Googled at this point, what happens. So
How does it end? Does he do it?
Do you want to know how it ends?
Yeah.
We're not going to spoil the ending here, but I did want to include the part of the conversation that discusses the first 5 minutes of the episode. Basically, the first episode of Black Mirror takes place in a fictional version of the United Kingdom. The Prime Minister gets a phone call early in the morning and is summoned by his staff into a meeting, and they proceed to show him a video of the Princess of England tied up and reading a statement prepared by her kidnapper, who is off camera. The Prime Minister's staff pause the video, then
They tell him, the next part of this directly concerns you.
Okay.
And then he says, okay, play it.
Yeah.
And it says, I will be released if the Prime Minister...
Yeah, bangs the pig.
and not just bangs the pig, but has full sexual intercourse with a pig on live television that very afternoon. You'll have to watch to see whether or not he goes through with it.
That is a great opening episode for Black Mirror, and then it transports you into other episodes a little farther into the future.
Yeah.
So people with cameras in their heads that can record every single thing that they're seeing all the time, and they can also play it back. And they can also show other people.
Yeah.
And if you think, what is the worst possible conclusion of if people had cameras in their heads and they could literally play back any moment in their life, and they could literally show it to anybody else? So there's another really good. Anyway, that's why I
there's
love
a whole
Black
lot
Mirror.
of there'd be some very useful applications to that.
But also some very terrible.
Yeah.
Which is what Black Mirror explores, and it's quite a show.
Thank you for listening to Normal Conversations. This episode was recorded on March 10th, 2019. Check the show notes for links to the different forms of media we discussed. If you enjoyed this conversation, please consider subscribing and sharing this episode with someone who may enjoy it.